Good night, comrades. Long live the Communist Party of Lenin Stalin.
Accused of being a communist.
That the equity of aristocratic blood is not appreciated by most communists.
If all the Jews are bankers, then how can they
The light of a communist move.
What do we make the communists do?
Vowed that the first task of the communist...
These northern students, with their atheist communist bosses.
I'm not a lover of communists.
Is that a communist conspiracy of some kind? Or maybe it's a couple of ayatollahs running out here in the street with blowguns.
In the morning, you know what you're dealing with. It's Khrushchev's law.
All right. Good night, comrades. Long live the Communist Party of Lenin Stalin. Long live John Wayne and John...
He invented the atomic bomb, and he was later accused of being a communist.
You wrote and underlined these passages.
Ashamed? Why would she be ashamed?
I know that the equity of aristocratic blood is not appreciated by most communists. But a good German girl knows never to mix the...
They are all in it together.
If all the Jews are bankers, then how can they be communists too?
Sell.
I, for one, do not intend to go to sleep. The light of a communist move.
What do we make the communists do? What do we make the Workers' League do?
China. Chairman Mao vowed that the first task of the communist regime is to reunite the Chinese motherland.
Successful segregation. These northern students, with their atheist communist bosses that have come into our community this summer with the wish...
My nightly newscasts, you know where I stand. I'm not a lover of communists, socialists, or intellectual bleeding hearts.
Who's they? First I want you to tell me who they is. What is that, a communist conspiracy of some kind? Or maybe it's a couple of ayatollahs running out here in the street with blowguns.
Oh, will you give me a break?
Save your paranoia for public television.
Right now, that kid is halfway around the world, crawling through the damned jungle, fighting the communists. So, please, don't come to me.
But he has smashed the communists.
That's good. Except the communists were his sworn allies until a few days ago. I expect he betrayed them for money.
If the emperor goes, the Reds will enter.
Staving off the communists is the plight of our time, sir.
Plight that rests with you, fellers.
It's the charmer, Amber.
I want that chubby communist girl off the show.
Well, let me be the first to toss the harpoon.
Hold on a minute. She's a...
I thought I was going back to Vietnam, but instead they decided the best way for me to fight the communists was to play ping pong. So I was in the special. You always take the side of the help, and as usual, that's why Daddy says you're a communist.
Bonsoir, I'm Dr. Gérard.
Really?
Yep, they're communists, you know. My dear, I mean, it's more than a match for...
What is to be found these days, you know, communist cleanup. This is the first time we are bearing our ass to the world.
The fifth week.
Who goes to the music hall? Communists.
Communists? This picture's an answer to communists. It shows we're awake and not dunking our heads in the sand like a bunch of ostriches.
To the right. Left is communist, right is good.
All right, man.
To je všecko stejné. Furt stejné rány. Německé výslechy, české výslechy. Není rozdíl v tom.
There has been a sighting of a known communist subversive in this area passing out literature.
I got your cloak and dagger summons, Jock, and I thought either Winston's been a communist spy all along or he's dying. Which is it?
My lords, if you'd like...
When you can vote, you can call me Roz, providing you're a communist, which in theory was a good idea.
How's your mother? Good.
Like what you're thinking now, that I've uncovered some communist or fascist or anarchist conspiracy. Believe me, there's never...
Kidding me? These communist motherfuckers. Well, no, Larry. These are the ones those communist motherfuckers kicked out. What is it with you today, Tommy? Versus should we or...
Until it all ended in tears, was that the hardline communist insurgents who control the country outside...
Diplomarbeit. Look, the foreign trade system of the European communist nations. Huh?
Kommunisten, yeah.
Married to Leonard, the intellectual, the professor, the communist. Religion is the opium of the people.
The Nazis and fascists are just as much against democracy as they are against the communists. And they're using your country as a proving ground for their new war machinery. Their tanks and diet.
2 years in Russia, 2 years in China researching that.
2 years in Russia, 2 in China.
Right. Does that make me a communist now, too?
No smoking patrol, and I wear the only pistol.
I'll tell that to a communist when he H-bombs me. I'll tell him, before you H-bomb me, you
go. Just because I don't advocate everything that goes on at this company does not make me a communist. Or a thief.
That is enough!
All right, I'm recommending we cut off all aid as of today. Sir, as I see it, they were coming in from Managua. They were communist oriented. Maybe they got spooked at the roadblock. Maybe they were packed.
You don't want to look at drunks, hopheads, sex maniacs, divorcees, communists, murderers, and no children are murderers. He's got enough of that at home. Hello? Hello?
I thought you were going over to the communists.
Nah, not me.
Have you seen that girl? Filthy. Everything they say about communists is true, dirty and stupid. I'll speak as loud as I want.
My parents were Polish communists. They took us to live in Soviet Union, to Moscow.
Believe, yes? Well, what do you believe? You communist now, Zush? Communist, Zionist, fascist. What difference does it make as long as you get your medicine?
Twink. The Soviets were backing communist insurgents all over Central America.
You constantly amaze me. You don't go to movies. What are you, a communist? What were those handcuffs? Some sort of decoy? I want to go too. I want to be free. I want out. I'm warning you, that's communist talk.
We're going to have to pull the film out of the theater, and you're going to have to make good my receipt.
I'm going to have to sleep under some oppressive communist blanket tonight.
Well, what would you suggest, Mr. Silver? That we stand aside and let the communists take over?
No. I think we should teach the communists our military.
Are you a member of the Hidden Rulers?
I don't know what that is.
Any communist organization? No? Any invader force on this planet?
I say, you know, he's a communist.
There's not even a communist party here anymore. No, he's just very, very left.
Hey, listen, I was...
Pick a name.
Communist troops have been driven out of Seoul, Korea by U.S. forces led by General Douglas MacArthur.
Damn Chinese. Communist 5 years. 5 years the most.
Here's your drinks.
Why is the so-called Reverend Martin Luther King taking advice from a well-known communist agitator?
That's a very good question, sir.
Let's see who else King.
Former presidents, deposed kings, trust fund terrorists, fallen communist dictators, ayatollahs, African warlords, and
survival agent Smith. In Chicago, a coal strike started by communist labor shut off all the power. Riots followed. And on Armistice Day...
Good night, Howard.
You ever go to a communist party meeting, Roland?
There are 11 children, 5 gypsies, 3 communists, and 12 elderly people who are in need of medical care.
Yeah, I'll send your doctor some flour and vegetables. We are looking